Today, you guys, is part 1 of my mega back to school stock up. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Kira if you are new, and today I'm sharing with you part 1 of my big mega back to school shopping haul. So I was gonna link this all together and just do one giant thing since I spent about $800 cumulatively between all 3 stores, but when I put it together it was like 40 some odd minutes, and so I just decided to separate them. Some of you like the long hauls, but for some, they just don't have time to watch that all the way through. So I have for you guys today Costco, which was about $440 roughly before all of my coupons and things like that. But one of the advantages to really knowing your prices, you guys, in shopping your coupons, shopping your little booklets that come sent to you if you have a Costco membership or if you have a Sam's Club membership. They all have that little pamphlet that comes in your mail. And I went ahead and went through each one, Costco page by page, Sam's page by page, and made sure to compare so that I only got the sale items that were better in each place. And sometimes the sale price, even with the coupon, wasn't better if you know your prices that you could get from the other location. So I have a lot of comparison shopping to share with you guys, Costco versus Sam's, and I even have a little bit of a Restaurant Depot thrown in what you guys will see next. So today you have Costco, and then on Tuesday you guys will see Sam's and Restaurant Depot. So I'm excited. It's a lot of cool things to show you, a lot of like cool meal ideas. So let me take you down to the counter and I will share with you what I got this time at Costco. All right, you guys, here is a quick overview of what I got at Costco. Costco's total before discounts and rebates was about $432, but then we had almost $50 in coupons. I believe it was like 47 and change of the discounts and rebates, so obviously the price went down. But I will update the description box and I'll put a detailed breakdown of what we saved in savings, and of course I'll let you guys know as we go along. But I will dive in right here. So I did get the butter croissants. I throw these in the freezer until I'm ready to use them, and then I just use them to make breakfast sandwiches, and then I'll throw them back in the freezer and the kids will use them either for breakfast for lunch or they'll heat it up in the morning for breakfast. Daryl likes to take it as well. I've been getting these from Sam's, but now that we got our Costco membership back, I prefer them from Costco, and they were $5.99, so we went ahead and got those. This was something, speaking of croissants, that was on sale, and I thought it was pretty cool, whether it be something that is used for a snack or another quick breakfast, but it says it's a butter croffle, and it's a croissant and a waffle, light and fluffy, keep frozen, and let's see how many are inside. So there's 12 of them in there, and it says you can do it savory, you can do it with sweet toppings, with fruit. It even says you can do it like an ice cream sandwich, and you either cook it for 4 to 6 minutes in an air fryer, 6 to 8 minutes in the oven. Oh, it even says you can put it for 3 minutes in the toaster or a minute in the microwave. So pretty cool. I thought those would be something neat for the kids to take quickly to school. A couple of non-food items over here, and a lot of this stuff was on sale. So there was $4 off the little critters. This is by Vitafusion, and it's the gummy vitamins, just a daily vitamin for the kids, and there's 300 in there. So that'll go ahead and last the kids for a couple of months. And again, that was on sale. This was $5 off, so I thought that was great. This is the natural melatonin, so I use that quite frequently for myself at night. So it's good to get the deal on that. This was one thing I forgot. It had been a while since I shopped at Costco, and I knew one was better than the other, whether it was Costco or Sam's, and I went to Costco first. And when I went to Sam's, I realized that the Sam's one is the better deal. It's like $1 cheaper and you get 40 more, and it's the same darn thing. So for the future, I will get this from Sam's Club, but this is just the Kirkland ibuprofen, and it's the gel tablets, like the Advil gel tablets would be. And then there's 360 in here, 280 bottles. And then the one from Sam's is just one big bottle, but it's 400 in there. So definitely the better deal. I'll get that next time, but we needed some of that. And then down here, this Reynolds wrap was $20.98, which was $1 cheaper than Sam's. Sam's has this regularly for $21.98, but there was also $5.50 off of this. So I thought that was good, because then I paid $15.48 for 2 huge heavy duty 150 square feet of Reynolds wrap. So 300 square feet of the big extra wide, like heavy duty tinfoil. Like, I thought that was a great deal. So went ahead and grabbed that. I got these for Jacob. I thought these would be super cute for him to bring his lunch into. I even just bought him a little Stitch lunchbox. So I thought these would be cute. He could put these inside, but it's just a decorative glass food storage set, and it's by Pyrex, and it has Stitch all over it. Like, they are just too cute. And it looks like it's 2 of one size and then 2 of a little bit of a smaller size. So I think Jake will really like that. I got some cheese. Costco has definitely better cheese options than Sam's, and this is so much better than Walmart. So this was $5.98 for 2 pounds of block cheese that we're just gonna go ahead and shred ourselves, and then I'll cut it in half and I'll shred half and keep it in the fridge and freeze the other half, and I'll do that for both, because I got 1 of the sharp cheddar cheese and then 1 of the Colby Jack cheese, but that should last us a good long while. We actually got cheese not too long ago too, but I'm not planning on going back here for a bit, so we should be good for a while. Speaking of good for a while, I think I still have a couple of these, and then now I got this, so I should be stocked up on juice boxes for the kids. But this is the Capri Sun 100% juice. There's 20 fruit punch, 10 berry, and 10 apple in there, and the kids pretty much take 1 every single day, so that'll last us a good long while. And then since the kids kind of went back to the applesauce pouches, I tried to grab these and see if I can throw these in there on them again, because this is the one where it mixes in a little bit of veggies. So one is apple, strawberry, and spinach. There's 12 of those. And then the other one is apple, mango, yellow carrot, and peach. They had kind of gotten off of the pouches for a while, and then I got some applesauce ones for myself, and they ate them, and I was like, what do you, that was for me. And they said, oh, we like these. I'm like, you stopped eating them. So I guess not having them for a little while, maybe they just got tired of them, but they're gonna be happy to see that I grabbed those again. So I will throw those in the fridge for upcoming school. As soon as these little buddies perk up back to the way that they were, this bouquet was gorgeous. $17.99. At first Paul was like, hey, we get better flowers at Trader Joe's. I said, yes, we do, but I would have to buy all these things separately. I mean, there's even eucalyptus in here. I could smell that in the car when I took it out. So this is really beautiful and fresh. The only thing that really didn't withstand the heat coming home are these. So hopefully once it sucks up a little bit of water, that should perk back up. But $17.99, my little Hearth and Hand pitcher was empty. So went ahead and grabbed that. Got the laundry sanitizer at $16.99, but it was $4 off. So $12.99 for the big container is pretty good. So we went ahead and grabbed that. Got the Frappuccinos. These were also on sale. I'm not sure what the original price was. I'd have to go back and do the math, but I think they were 20 something and change, but they were $4.40 off. And so, yeah, it had to be like 21 or 22 and change, because they were $4.40 off. And so they were the same price as Sam's Club, but Sam's only had the original and vanilla, and Paul wanted the mocha. So we got these. So it's 15 of the Starbucks Frappuccinos in there, and it came to $17.48. So I thought that was a really great deal. So we went ahead and grabbed that. Got some of the Flavor Bomb tomatoes. These are for me. I'll be the only one who really eats these, but when they're ice cold out of the fridge, I love them. And I haven't got them because Maya wasn't here, and her and I are the only ones that pick on them. But I got the Flavor Bombs from Aldi when I was home with my parents, and they were just so good ice cold out of the fridge that when I saw these, I said, okay, I'm just going to eat them without my girl. That's totally fine. Mom can eat some veggies too. As soon as I grabbed these, I went and ordered new little like snack containers so that I can bring them to work. And so I can do things like these and hummus and some cherries. I'm gonna sit down and pit those tonight. I did that with the last batch and then I just grabbed them. So I thought those would be cool to put in my little snack container. So I have some of the flavor bomb tomatoes and then the dark sweet cherries that I can put for myself to take to lunch. Of course, some muffins for hubby, and these are blueberry cream, and there was an 8-pack for $6.99, so I thought that was a good deal. Went ahead and grabbed that. This was on sale for $11. I thought it was a pretty decent deal because there are 6 of them in here, and each one of my kids would like the opposing flavor. And so I thought, okay, this is 3 homemade Lunchables for the kids. I usually make it myself, but if I throw this in a container and add to it, it might just make the first beginnings of the start back to school mornings a little bit easier. So in here, it says it's Greenfield Natural Meat Company. So it's pork raised with no antibiotics and growth hormones, humanly raised, all the things. And so this one says it's 3 uncured ham and cheese lunch kit. So it has ham, crackers, Colby cheese, and little chocolate flavored bear cookies. So Mason will eat that. And then this is all Maya, like uncured pepperoni, crackers, provolone, and little mini oatmeal cookies. Like they will really enjoy this, and I'll throw this in their lunchbox, and then of course I'll add to it. But I thought this would be, like I said, a nice start to back to school. Got our Sara Lee Artisano bread. This was $5.98 for 2 packs of bread, so I thought that was great. I just got the Martin's bread, and I think I got a loaf maybe from Walmart in the freezer right now. So once I throw this in, we'll be good and set for when the kids come back for, you know, probably a good month, maybe more, on sandwiches and things like that. So got the Artisano bread for that. Got the Kirkland Young chicken. So if you guys have been watching me for a while, you will know that I have the Kasori air fryer. They had sent it to me like a long time ago, and I still rock this thing, you guys. I love it. I do not rep them anymore. Like, I'm not a representative for them anymore. Like, I don't get the influencer like fees or anything like that, but I love them. Like, I'll link my video so that you guys can see it, but it has a rotisserie on the inside, and it's been so long since I've done a rotisserie chicken because I used to get them from here, and they were the perfect size because they have to be like 4 or 4.5 pounds. It can't be over that, and these were perfect for that. So I'm gonna throw that in my rotisserie, the Kirkland fresh young chickens, and so it ended up being 9.80 pounds for 2 of them. This guy's a little smaller, so he'll probably go on the rotisserie, and this one I'll do in the oven recipe. But excited to cook those up. Got some Jimmy Dean premium pork sausage. I'm gonna break this up. I'm actually making a pot of sauce tonight, so half will go into the sauce and half will go into the freezer for next time. And then a few more goodies over here. So I saw this and I was really excited about it. It's the Catalina Crunch, and it's a protein cereal. It's Cinnamon Toast Crunch flavor, and it says it's 11 grams of protein for only ½ cup. And someone even made a comment the other day about, wait, you ate a Pop-Tart for dinner? It's not that that's my choice for dinner, but if I work till 11 o'clock at night, I'm not going to come home and have a giant meal. So I had something like warm that would fill my belly. Was the Pop-Tart the greatest choice? Of course not. But it was the last one, and I was craving it, and it's the only one I had out of a box of 4. So that's why I ate it. But one of the things I always go for is cereal. And I think that if I had like a ½ cup of cereal or a cup of cereal with some milk, it's great protein for me. And I think that would be something really filling before bed, and it wouldn't sit heavy with me. So I'm looking forward to trying this. We'll see how it is, but it looks and sounds really good. So I'm excited to give that a try. And then, oh my gosh, you guys, this was like my favorite score of the entire haul. I got this bag when I went to Aldi like a couple of trips back, and I got them for Maya. She loves everything tahini. She wasn't really crazy about nuts, but I thought she might really want to give it a try. She had some. She said she thought they were good, but she didn't see herself like eating the whole bag. She would eat them, she said, but it wasn't her favorite. Well, I was like, okay. I popped a couple in my mouth. I told you guys I love pistachios. They were fantastic, like so much that I went on to Amazon to see what they were there, where I could find them. Amazon was the only place that was coming up that I could find them besides Aldi. And I was like, yeah, right, I'm like not driving hours to get pistachios. But they were so, so good. And then I was in Costco and I turned the corner and there they were. I almost squealed. I thought that was amazing because those would be great also in my little snack boxes, like pistachios, cherries, tomatoes, hummus. Like those would be really good for me to take, and I only find myself picking more than sitting down and eating a meal. So I'm looking forward to that. And then they had the Girl Scout Thin Mint Bites. I think Mason will love these, and this will be something really cool for me to put aside for him for back to school lunch. So it's literally just a Girl Scout Thin Mint, like little tiny ball, and it says it's a Girl Scout inspired flavor, crispy center with mint and dark chocolate. So that sounds super good. Then something else for back to school, actually 2 items, non-food items for back to school. I got the Ziploc Variety Bag because this was $4.40 off. Something I knew would be so much better than when I went to Sam's. As soon as I rounded the corner and I looked at their everyday price, I was like, boom, that's the reason why I shot my prices, because I knew it would be so much cheaper if I got it from there. And so this has 52 of the gallon size storage, 46 of the quart, 116 sandwich, and 108 snacks. So that's great. It's a good start for the school year. And then I got these. So we're in the process of moving, if you guys don't know, and so I'm liquidating things like you have literally no idea. Things I've been saving my whole life, I'm just over it, and it's going in the garbage. So one of the things we're resetting is like our Tupperware and all that stuff. We always have the closet that explodes, and some of the things that I cannot stand are all this mismatched little kitty lunch stuff for the kids. They're getting too old for that. And so when I saw the thermal flask one, we were all like, oh yeah, that's definitely something good for the kids. So Maya will get this purpley one, and Mason will get like the orange, blue, green looking one. But I think they'll really like that. It says it's 20 ounces, so they're not going to need more than that. But they definitely needed something a little bit bigger than what they've been using. And now I get to throw away all the crap we've had for years. So that's the part I think I'm looking forward to the most. This was an impulse buy, of course, because they were giving out this sample. And I don't even like Panera. Like I go to Panera, I don't. I can't even say that. I can't even say when I go, because I just don't really like their food. I think they're overpriced for very like cheap food, if that makes any sense. It feels like it's not homemade anymore. They used to do a lot of homemade stuff, and now a lot of it is like comes out of a bag like this, and I could tell the difference, but it's still overpriced. So I usually don't go there. So when they had this on the corner, I almost was going to pass it by, but it looked really creamy and I was kind of a little hungry. So I was like, you know what? I'll give it a try. It was fantastic. And I don't even like mac and cheese. It was so good. And there's 2 containers in here, and I think my family would definitely only need 1. So I think I can get 2 meals out of that. And I think it was great. It was like on sale for $7, and it was really, really good. And it shocked me because I normally don't like Panera stuff, but it was really, really good. And then, all right, I text Vanessa as I was walking through and said, we really need to get together, or we need to go shopping or something together, because every single thing that I'm walking through and seeing is making me think of you. And this was one of them. So they had like a whole little display of Indian food, and they had some butter chicken, and then the other like curry chicken, oh man, it's on the tip of my tongue because I almost got that one too. And I love it. And I never would have had it if I wasn't inspired by her to try it, and then we tried it and I fell in love with it. That one is a little bit more of a bite, and so I didn't get that one. I figured we would start with the butter chicken and see if my family would like that. But there's 2 pouches in here, and it was $15.99. So even if we need 2 pouches for my family, if I do this with some white rice in the Instant Pot, like that's a whole meal for us to do that. And I think everybody would love that for something fairly inexpensive. So I'm looking forward to giving this guy a try. And then hubby saw this and he asked, hey, can I grab some pizza? And I said, you know what? you deserve pizza because we can't get any good pizza anymore. So you can go ahead and get yourself some frozen French bread pepperoni pizza. So he got a 9-pack of those. I needed some onions, so I got a bag of the Vidalia sweet onions. Speaking of pizza, I grabbed these. They said they're a great source of protein. Whoa, we're losing my chips right there. And I thought Mason would really love it. It looks like little pizzas. And it says it's pepperoni pizza crisps. Maya might eat that too, but I thought these would be good in my little snack boxes. And I think the kids will really like it, like in their homemade Lunchable kind of stuff. So especially with good protein for, I think it was $7.68 or $7 and some change. I thought that would be good to give that a try. And then hold on, it's gonna fall for a second. But if you guys used to watch me from way back in the day when I used to do the what the heck were those haul things? I actually just canceled my membership because I was paying for them forever and not using them. But I used to order from that organic online place, and one of the things I would get from there were these late July sea salt multigrain chips, and I normally can never find them. That's why I really like the Aldi ones, because they were the closest dupe I could find to these. And unless I ordered from that website or whatever, or Amazon, I really couldn't find it. And then I walked around the corner and saw the late July organic sea salt multigrain chips, and that made me happy also. So I went ahead and grabbed those. And then last few items right here, I got my Heinz Simply Ketchup. This is pretty much just like a few basic ingredients. I like that better than all the crap that's in the other regular Heinz ketchup. And the only place that has the 3-pack like this is Costco. So I got the 3-pack of that. And then I thought this was pretty cool. So this is the classic combo. There's 40 in here. It's 10 cheddar jack Cheez-Its, 12 of the extra toasty, 8 of the snapped, 5 sour cream and onion Pringles, and then 5 of the original. I think those are perfect for back to school. That will last so long in my house. So looking forward to the kids seeing those, because I know that they'll like that. And that's super easy for me to throw in their lunchbox. And then lastly, something else that was on sale was the Clorox disinfecting wipes. This was like $4 and change off, which made it so much cheaper than Sam's. So I went ahead and grabbed that. And there's 2 of the, like, what were the scents in here? I think there's 2 lemon, 3 crisp lemon and 2 fresh scent. So I will stock up on some, and then I usually send the kids at least with 1 Clorox container, 1 tissue, 1 sandwich bag, like a whole setup or whatever for the teachers once they go in. But all right, let me go ahead. I'm gonna put all this away, and then I have to go and put out Sam's and set up for that. All right, you guys, so that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you stay tuned for Tuesday when you'll get a chance to see Sam's Club and Restaurant Depot. And I have some fun things planned with those things coming up as well. But all right, you guys, stay tuned. Subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, you guys.